Why are these students going overseas in any case? Those are some of the themes that we're going to be discussing today on The Big Fight. Let me start by welcoming the guests out here. It gives me great pleasure to welcome onto the program Mr. John McCarthy, the Australian High Commissioner to India. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for joining us here. It also gives me great pleasure to welcome onto the program Mr. Vayala Ravi, the Minister for Overseas Indians, joining us on The Big Fight. Thank you so much, sir. It really is under your ministry that the welfare of all Indians overseas is. So your views are going to be particularly crucial in this. Usha Albuquerque next. Usha is a career counsellor, of course, and has written the Penguin India Career Guide. And we're going to be asking you whether a footnote of that should be don't go and study overseas or not one way or the other. Somebody who feels that the diaspora dream is now looking somewhat shaky is Paranjoy Guha Thakurta, an old friend of ours here on The Big Fight. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you,
here once again. On that particular podium, we're going to have a bit of a revolving chair. Utsav joining us right now, who's been studying very hard, working very hard to get into a university, is now thinking of cancelling Australia off that list. And maybe cancelling going overseas at all off the list. We'll see whether that's true or not, but we're getting your views and also the views of many of the other people here in the audience, including many here whose children, for example, are studying in Australia and overseas, and they might be just a little concerned about it. Right, let me just welcome another couple of guests. Alec Padamsee, joining us from Mumbai, Chairman of the London School of Training. Alec, fantastic you could be with us. Thank you so much. And also Mrs. Singh, sitting next to you, who's lived in Australia, children studied and grew up there, many of them still there. But, you know, one of your sons, for example, had a problem finding a job, changed his name. We'll be getting your views on all of this. Let me start off with you, Mr. Ravi. Are you very concerned with what we've been seeing in the headlines? Is the question of the welfare of Indian students overseas, and perhaps particularly Australia right now, is that something that's causing you a lot of worry just as you take over your new charge?
Yeah. Well, no, I am very much concerned about their welfare and safety both together, because this is not a first instance. It's happening for the last few years, and every year something happened. Last year it has been the total number to take is gone up beyond almost 600, I could say, sir, for the last 2-3 years. The total comes. Last year about more than 60. It happens. Unfortunately, the system is the police never take it seriously or register a case, many things. So now our embassy, our the Consul General, that officers, they are also not getting the regular report also. The students also not report to them anything happens. And so now we are without a perfect system or something which a link with the students. This we can't do much. So what I suggested to the CG and the High Commission, which I am taking with the Prime Minister and the Foreign Affairs Minister, that there should be a kind of a student attachment to the embassy or the consular office, where the concerned students in America as well as in Australia and Europe, some places, then they should be in touch with the students every time. They must go to the university. Their job must be only to attend the students. They can go to the university, they can have numbers, they can contact them. This is one of their job. Unfortunately, there is no system because there is no manpower. There is no enough manpower in these areas. So I am taking with all seriousness some kind of an expansion of the manpower to see that students will be able to in touch with our High Commission or embassies.